You're so mean to me.
I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
Gulpy and Chip.
Raven Black.
We'll be seeing at the Cradle of Filth show.
We'll be seeing them with Cradle of Filth. First single, I guess, Twinkle Twinkle Little Scars for timely topical political commentary. You can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
Or behind the scenes with our family, check out My Sori Life.
Okay.
Where's your thing?
What are you doing?
I gotta plug you in there.
Oh.
So you can get some sound.
Alright, so this is Twinkle Twinkle Little Scars, and
we picked this because I guess they're opening for Cradle of Filth.
Right.
So we want to kind of hear
right.
Who are all these people?
Who are all these people?
Okay, ready?
Go!
And go. Oh my gosh, it really wasn't a dream.
Oh, that was disturbing.
Yeah.
I was disturbed by this video. Ugh.
I didn't know he was cutting on her. I thought that he was writing something, and then all of a sudden he just...
Ugh.
I don't understand, so...
They got a kind of like a... She has a kind of like a Harley Quinn vibe. You know, Joker's girlfriend.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They got a little like it's like a carnival type thing. It's like a kind of weird. You know, carnivals are weird, man.
Yeah.
Like I think I went to 1, 2 tops, but I always felt like anytime there's just like places where you're supposed to be happy, I always am like, that's really spooky to me.
Oh.
Where you're supposed to be happy. And like a carnival to me is like the Ferris wheel and then the stupid organ, whatever is playing, and then clowns walking around.
Really
and
creepy.
everybody's supposed to be happy. It's like, nah.
That's so creepy.
And everybody's smiling and all
I
that.
know when we used to go, like, Smokey's Greater Shows or something would show up, and we would go and walk around, and I always felt depressed.
Yeah.
But I didn't know why. I always thought that the reason that I felt depressed was because I felt like I was like, maybe there was like a lot of people that were going to hell. Honestly, that's what I was thinking when I was a little kid, because what would happen is when we'd walk in, there would always be one of those people holding one of those signs.
Oh, the end is nigh.
The end, yeah, like one of those end of the world things, and they were trying to pass out their tracts, and people were like, nobody wanted anything to do with it.
Oh, imagine that.
So I would take like one and then read it, and then it was always had to do with people going to hell. And then I would be thinking about how nobody took the thing when they came in, and everybody's going around and having a good time, not realizing, and...
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. You know what's weird? My sister and I used to have this reoccurring dream. It was the exact same dream. And it would start out in a carnival, and there would be like, dun, 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 all this music and stuff. And then we would be like brought into this room where there was this giant pool that was like dimly lit. The whole room was dark, but the pool had like this glowy thing.
Yeah.
And in the bottom of the pool, there was an angelfish, a huge one, and it was
This
dead.
is a dream?
Yep.
You both had a dream about an angelfish.
But we didn't know that what it was. Like, we didn't know it was an angelfish. And then when we started telling the dream, we were like, oh my gosh, I had the same dream. And we like finished it for each other. And then my sister was like, there's a fish in the bottom. And I'm like, yeah. So I drew the fish. And my sister's like, that's the one. Because we didn't know they were called angelfish at that point. And we're standing on the edge of this pool, but our feet, like the edge is not as wide as our feet. So our feet are hanging over, and there's this huge shark in the pool. And then the shark is like going after our mom. And so like we have this little tiny like pocket knife, and so we jump on the shark and we're like trying to kill the shark to save our mom's life. Okay. And that's where both dreams ended. Isn't that weird? Same dream.
Never know if it's real. Toss and turn through the night will I wake up. There you go. You know, like there's a lot of people, like when they get traumatized, sometimes they that's a known thing where the line between whether something happened or not gets very, very blurred. Mm-hmm. Like there's one event that happened in my childhood where I'm like, yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, to this moment, I don't know if it was a dream or a memory, or memorizing a dream, or if the thing actually happened. It's so weird because I felt like I remembered everything before in the day. Like I remember loading up and gearing up to go and da 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 da, but I can't put my finger on whether or not, you know, it actually happened.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's weird.
But this is about twinkle, twinkle, little stars, twinkle, tell me how deep you are. Down below my skin, so deep in my dreams when I sleep. Sounds like PTSD to me. You know what I mean? Like when people are cutting or whatever, the scars are deeper than what you actually see from. Mm-hmm. Remember that time we were at I forgot what store it was, and then the person was helping us with the
gosh.
And their entire
right up their arms, both of them.
Yeah.
It was the grocery store.
I felt bad for her because
that was a guy. I mean, we've seen other people, but you mean the most recent one?
It's not really relevant if the dude or not, but I just felt bad.
Yeah.
You know, the uniform was like a short sleeve shirt. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing can be done. And it's this weird thing where people see it, they notice it, and then nobody says anything to you about it. But if somebody did say something to you about it, it would be kind of inappropriate. Like, why are you asking this person about what happened to him? Mm-hmm. I remember people like I remember I was playing ball one time, and some dude came up to me, but he was like an older guy. You know, and was like, "Oh, that was stupid." And you know, at the time, I wasn't really in my right mind, but my little brother was there, so he kind of like diffused the situation. Because I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I remember that time I was with you and that guy said,
No, that was different.
No, I know that's a different time, but he said something about it too.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Well, it's a hard, you know... I know why I was doing it, but a lot of kids do it for attention, and so it's good to give them that attention. Mm-hmm. But it's just... for me, the conclusion I just came to is like, unless you've been through it and you've got the cred to be able to say I've been through it, it's kind of it's there's no way to broach that subject with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So it was a tough thing being in the store and seeing that whole situation, because I'm like, you know, I'd love to be able to say, hey, you know, I know what you're going through. Hope everything's okay with you. Blah blah blah. But I don't know. Stuff. You just hope that people have support systems around them. That's why I think songs like this are important.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's probably thousands of songs like this. You know, there used to be this genre called emo. And, I'm assuming that that's what the song was about. But that's what a lot of the music was about. But I think but then it's this weird thing where it's like, does talking about it create other people who then say, oh, that gets you that type of attention? Or, oh, it's kind of like the effect that what happens when somebody listens to gangster rap. Like, if you've been in that situation, like, you know that all you want to do is get out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist that comes from that milieu, you're gonna write raps about gangsterism and da 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 da, and to an untrained person, it's gonna look like you're glorifying it. It's like, oh, we're gonna go ride on these dudes, blah 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 blah. But so from an outsider might think, oh wow, like this is cool. He's not glorifying it. He's just saying this is what it's like, and this is a mentality, and this is the attitude that everybody had. But then you get some white dude from the suburbs who's hearing that, and now all of a sudden he wants to gangbang. So we were driving down the street, we saw these kids with bandanas on, and I felt like just screwing with them, just to, you know what I'm saying? But it was, but it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're in the suburbs in Maine, you have trees and rivers and shit. Now here you are, you want to gangbang because you listen to, you know, whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it kind of has that weird effect where you weren't and now you are. So I wonder sometimes, like, when you hear songs like this, it's like, okay, if you are not that type of person, but you idolize somebody who is that type of person, do you start then engaging in that behavior so that you could then relate to that person? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I've been in, like, different groups. Like, one group where there was people that had that, you know, that issue, and, you know, when they would talk about it and stuff, and it didn't incite other people to do it.
Right.
But then I was in another group of people, and the leader had that struggle, and so when other people would talk about it, then all of a sudden it seemed like everybody was picking up on it. Like,
right.
It was so. But I think that, again, like you're saying, maybe it has to do with that, like, idolizing somebody and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So it's weird, you know. But then it's like, well, what's the solution? I mean, to me, the conclusion I came to is songs like this help more people than they create people that do this. You know what I mean? So, and if somebody does that because their favorite rock star does it, then they still have issues. Yeah. Right? Like, then you're obviously still not a well person. Yeah. So, and I guess it all evens out in the wash. But yeah, it's definitely a spooky video for sure. Like, yeah, at the end, that was pretty freaking disturbing. We've seen some pretty crazy stuff, but that stuff like that is... I didn't understand it. Was it a bird? The shape?
I don't know what it was. I don't know what they took out of her. I don't know if it was her. I didn't really dwell too much on it. It was pretty crazy. What do you give the song?
I think I'm gonna go with an 8.5.
The 7 Sins is the name of this record.
7 Sins. I'll probably go with an 8.5. It was different, and I think that I would have to get more accustomed to this type of music. Like, and the carnival-y sort of, you know, if you're right about that, it just kind of gives you an uneasy feeling.
Well, the aesthetic is certainly there. Yeah. No, I agree. It's like extremely, like, uneasy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, hopefully we can find a carnival this summer. I'll take the kids and, like, I wonder...
Look, there's the shape of that bird.
Oh, yeah. That's a raven, right?
Oh.
Raven Black. I'm assuming it's a raven. There used to be this show
So
called.
you want to take the kids to one?
Yeah, I want to like take the kids to like a. I just want to observe how they interact with it. I feel like, because Dorian, Dorian doesn't trust anybody. He's like, what do you Remember that time we were out and then this woman was like, oh, I'll take a picture with you guys.
Oh, yes!
And then he was convinced that the girl was going to run off with our phones.
Yeah, he couldn't believe we were letting her take the picture.
Yeah, he's like,
he kept saying it. I'm like, stop it!
Shut up, son. Shut up, son.
Stop saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could rock an 8.5 for sure. For sure.
All right.
Definitely a spooky, disturbing song and video for sure. Don't block us, Raven Black.
Yeah.
Pin out.
Sorry, Al.
Gone.
Whoops. My ring got caught,
Oh
so I
my
was like,
gosh. Just let's get us out of this video. You are terrible.